Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for GizFiz PM.
With the Giz Whiz, it's kind of like cheese whiz. It's the Giz Fiz. And now your host, mathematics writer and the Giz Whiz, Dick DeBartolo.
Welcome to GizFiz PM.
Hold on, someone's been playing with my buttons here. The music,
right.
the music wasn't supposed to just stop like that. There's the.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for GizFiz PM. Okay. All right. Obviously, we should have a rehearsal before every GizFiz PM. So, so it turns out that we do have a chat room celebrity of the week without begging. I think Tanya wrestled Jillian to the floor and said that if you want to be on Twit, you also have to be on GizFiz PM. Oh, is he all ready to go?
I believe
Alex?
so.
Oh, okay. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to chat room celebrity of the week.
There we go.
Alex, Jillian, how are you?
Doing all right. I guess that's a pretty illustrious title, having never been in the chat room before. But,
Oh, yeah. Well, and when they said Julian on screensavers, I bet there was no applause, right?
I was
No.
talking about potential death and destruction, so I think not.
Oh, well, then you'll fit right in. That's what this show is all about.
Okay.
This is the apocalyptic Giz Fiz. So, Jillian, if you've never seen Giz Fiz, it's just a silly show. I used to talk to the chat room after I did my spots, and then I talked to the chat room longer and longer. And then we got into meeting the people in the chat room to see who they were. And that turned into Chat Room Celebrity of the Week. And that is what you have been suckered into.
Right on.
And we just ask questions like, how do you decide to pick that as your occupation? Was it, well, you tell me the story, the backstory, the real
is this
backstory.
A real
It can
interesting
have-
backstory.
Yeah, that's it. We want to hear the nitty gritty, the filth, the climbing, the people you had to step on.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
So for those of you who weren't listening earlier, I'm a seismologist. I do computer models of earthquakes, and that's, I guess, not a thing that a lot of people do. And it's, long story. I mean, when I was really, really little, I was just super interested in the earth and how it worked. And, I guess most 5-year-olds think volcanoes are pretty cool, but I thought I knew a lot about them for a 5-year-old, I guess. And everyone was like, that one's going to be a geologist. And then fast forward to undergrad, and I went into music because I like that too. And I was doing that for a while, but it wasn't until I also mentioned I was on the East Coast at the time, so there weren't really much in the way of earthquakes or volcanoes happening in Washington D.C.
Where on the East Coast?
Northern
Washington? Oh, okay. Okay, because I'm in New York.
That was in 2011, but I was not. I had been living in California for quite some time by then.
Okay.
But yeah, so I decided to go to music grad school in California, actually. But as soon as I'd sent in my acceptance letter, my yes, I'm coming to UC Riverside letter, about a couple days after that was the centennial of the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. And I was like, I am moving to that state. I'm going to die. So I decided to start reading about that again because I figured that would be a responsible thing to do, is to understand the thing that could potentially kill me. And it sort of was, the more that I read about it, the cooler that I thought it was, the more I remembered that why I thought this stuff was so interesting as a kid. And I liked being able to drive out there and see stuff. And it was just really amazing and fascinating to me, whereas music grad school was kind of crushing my desire to make music. And so I was thinking about switching for a while, and then I had an incident. I flipped my car off the 101 freeway, and went, okay.
During it, no earthquake to blame that on. It was just bad
Wind.
driving.
Wind.
Okay.
And
Oh,
somebody
wind. Okay.
and somebody going 85 in the lane that the wind was pushing me into. But
Okay.
I basically said, I'm not dead. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to switch. And so it was, in terms of all of the stepping on, it was really not, it was just sort of, well, I guess maybe cramming myself into an empty seat in a whole bunch of undergraduate level classes to make up for the background I didn't have as a music major. But certainly switching into geoscience was absolutely one of the best decisions I ever made. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. It's one of those things where, you're just constantly reading and learning and talking to people. Going to conferences is a great way to get a sense of what the current state of the field is, not just what's published in the popular science, but really what's actively going on, reading journal articles, taking classes, always still learning.
So then, did you know about Twit before you were on the show? Had you followed Leo before you started appearing on Screensavers?
No, I hadn't. But I know Alex. I've known Alex for a few years, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come talk about this article about the Cascadia subduction zone last year?" And I went, "Sure." And so I met a lot of the people at the studio, met Leo and Tanya and people last year. And now that the San Andreas is in the news again, they asked me to come back. So
great. Okay, great. And so, where exactly do you live?
So I live
Julian?
in Northridge now. Yeah, yes, that Northridge, 1994 earthquake Northridge. So it's part of LA. It's basically as far north as you can get in LA without leaving LA.
Oh, okay, okay. And are you married, single?
I have a cat. So
You
I
have a
guess
cat.
I'll
Okay,
take
no, well,
that.
you already jumped to the next question, which is, do you have any animals?
I have a very large
okay.
tabby cat.
Okay. And do you live in a house? See, I live in New York City, so I know almost nobody who lives in a house. Maybe Dr. Mom. You live in an apartment?
I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm hoping eventually to be able to have a house, but
Okay.
professors don't really make that much money. So,
okay. I heard you on Screensavers, and I'm quite shocked that there is not a bungee cord around all those binders behind you. I believe you were misleading people by saying lock cabinet doors to make sure things can't fall down. And yet it is a death trap over you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for understanding that you should be hanging your head in shame. Okay, so you
filmed this in my apartment. If we had filmed this in my apartment, it would be my apartment is a better example than my office.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we were. Where are we?
I'm at work. I'm in my office at
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Your apartment.
I need to get permission to drill holes in this wall.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I've also only been here for a few months, but.
All right. It would seem
it is a bad
me.
example. This is a bad example back here.
It is a bad example. It seems to me there is a way to work around not drilling a hole in the wall. Okay. Julian, can you see the chat? Well, Alex will put the chat room up for you.
I have it open in another window.
Oh, okay. Very good. So what we do is we ask the chat room to ask you a few questions. At the end, if you survive it, you'll get an autographed copy of Mad Mag. I also work for Mad Magazine. So you'll get an autographed copy of Mad Magazine. You'll get one of those 38-year-old Alfred E. Newman pictures that have not been reproduced or reprinted for 38 years. Nice. All right, so the questions are going by.
Lots of, do I pick them or do you pick them?
Yes, you can pick them.
Okay, so first of all, the one about the San Andreas movie. So that's the kind of thing that Earth scientists, whenever one of those movies comes out, we're like, let's watch it with like beer. So geologists, love and hate these things. There's literally nothing correct in that movie other than the part where you're supposed to drop cover and hold on during an earthquake. Otherwise, and that we have a fault called the San Andreas. There's literally another thing that was correct was casting the rock in that role. But other than that, there's really not anything correct in that movie. It's the kind of thing that people yell at. A lot of different seismologists have done sort of cleanup efforts. Seismological Society of America did that. Lucy Jones. I saw someone mention Lucy. I can't make Lucy unretire. I know she's very tired and has done so much, and she deserves to go and be retired and play music like she likes to do. So, yeah, let's see. Lots of things are going by. The biggest earthquake I've experienced was a 7.2
Wow.
in 2010. The El Mayor Cucapa, the one in Northern California or Southern California and Northern Baja.
Did you have any warning? Did you have any warning for that?
No, it just so the early warning system wasn't working yet. So I was sitting in my office writing my master's thesis, and that started. So it was definitely it took me a moment to realize, because at first it was just a little bit, and I'm like, okay, this is maybe like a magnitude 5, but then when it really did the the big rolling waves, then I realized, oh, this is a large earthquake far away. So it was exciting. But yeah, someone asked, what am I? I am a tenure track professor at Cal State Northridge. I am older than I look. So I know that was going to be the next question. I saw that. Let's see. What do I do for fun? I still play a lot of music. I still do a lot of music.
What do you play?
I play bluegrass fiddle. I also play a lot of Javanese gamelan. So if people know what that is. But yeah, I've done a lot of different kinds of music. Actually last weekend I was at a bluegrass festival in Parkfield, which is a town, someone asked about, a town known for earthquakes. So they have a bluegrass festival. It's like, these are my people.
A question that went by earlier, I thought was interesting. Do you think animals have a sense an earthquake is coming? Someone asked specifically, does your cat? So do you think animals in general might feel something before we do?
So they can't tell it's going to happen before it started, but they are more sensitive to higher frequency vibrations than we are. So earthquakes release more than one kind of waves, and the first ones are usually the highest frequency and the smallest. So certainly an animal might notice the shaking before you do, but that does mean that the earthquake has already started. So they're not going to notice that it's about to start. So my cat really, really hates earthquakes. He hates them. I have a picture of him, which if I guess I could pull it up on my phone and shove it at you. He was very unhappy after the 2014 Napa earthquake, because I was living in San Francisco at the time.
Is he unhappy about your choice of occupation, or does he not even mention it?
Well, he just gets happy when I get home from work and feed him and then pet him. So I don't think he would care what particular occupation was.
No, he's not holding a grudge. I think we can assume that. Okay. Okay. All right. So you can take some more questions now. Chat room, any more questions here for Julian?
There were others earlier that I know I'm forgetting.
Oh, well, then if you remember them, you can just say the question and answer it.
I could go to this other window and scroll up. When is Yellowstone going to blow? Who knows? We don't know. That's something that, again, it's one of those things that, like, we know it's an active volcano. They can track that there's magma moving around in there, but there's also no indication that it's about to erupt. But certainly, knowing that something is active and knowing that it's imminent are not the same thing. Someone has asked the name of my cat. My cat's name is Andreas, like the fault.
Okay, that's good.
He's a good cat. Am I allowed to comment on fracking? So I'm not a government person. I'm allowed to comment on fracking. Fracking causes earthquakes, or more specifically, the wastewater reinjection. So, like the actual fracking, they're injecting fluid pretty shallow into the crust, and so it breaks some rocks, and it's loosely correlated with earthquakes. But then when they're done with that, there's all of this stuff that they use to do the fracturing that they have to stick somewhere, and so what they do is inject that much deeper into the ground, and that's what's very, very strongly correlated with earthquakes, is the reinjection of the wastewater from fracking. And so that is in fact why Oklahoma has more magnitude 3 earthquakes per year than California does now. Let's see. There are other questions. Do they ask me for my ID before serving me beer? Every time. The only places that don't are the ones that already know me. And even then, sometimes they do, just to be sure. iPhone or Android? I have an iPhone. I just recently dropped it. It's sad and broken.
Oh, no.
Well, it's just the screen, and so I figure I'll hold out a few months until they release the new one because I'm on that plan that lets me replace it every year.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah. Oh, do I teach or just research? I teach. So CSUN, Cal State Northridge is we're a teaching school, but also a research school, and our department is awesome. I just joined this department, new assistant professor. I just joined this semester, and we have a teaching thing. I taught both a majors class and a non-majors class this semester, and so this because it was my first semester, I had very little time to do research this semester. But hopefully this summer and then in the fall, I'll get a better balance now that I have developed these classes more. So
now, you know that that twit is moving to a different place in Petaluma, right?
Alex mentioned that was on the table, but I didn't mention that it was.
Yeah, no, okay. I was just wondering if you had told Alex that they better move because they're over a fault, and that the new place in the shopping mall might be safer.
Actually, Dick,
yes.
we sent out a camera crew, so we actually have some live footage of outside Petaluma right now. So let's just go.
Oh, okay,
Let's
take a look at that.
Over there. We're fine over here.
Materialized.
Oh. Wow.
Well, I live near the Van Nuys Airport, and I can tell you no. Confirmation bias is again, you just remember things more. And so if you ask people in LA, like, what's earthquake weather, they'll go, oh, well, it's really hot and dry. And it's like, think about that for a minute. You live in inland, well, not inland, you live in Southern California. It's hot and dry like 300 days a year, at least. And I know people from the Pacific Northwest who said, oh, yeah, it was a really like damp and drizzly day, and I just knew something was going to happen. It's like, you live in Seattle. When is it not damp and drizzly? August. How big of an earthquake do you need for a tsunami? It's not so much about the size as it is the kind of the earthquake. So if you have vertical motion of a fault, then you're more likely to get a tsunami. If you have horizontal motion, like on the San Andreas, it doesn't substantially affect the ocean floor. But usually anything below an 8, even if it's vertical motion, you're probably not going to get much of a tsunami. But it's also important to note a tsunami doesn't mean anything about the size. It's just a kind of wave. So you can have a 3-inch tsunami, or you can have a 100-foot tsunami.
Well, you were there for the 4-inch tsunami at the turning basin, weren't you, Chad? Oh, Chad's left. Okay.
Who are you talking to?
Chad, Alex, weren't you there for the 4-inch tsunami?
Yeah.
At the turning basin?
Yeah. My shoes got wet.
Yeah, I know. All right, one more question for Julian, and then we will pick one.
So there have been so many that have gone by. They're scrolling too fast for me to see them. Somebody's asked this gazelle question like a million times.
That's
they're probably about the same sensitive.
It's just a crazy person. Ignore them.
Yeah. The whole question about how ready the San Andreas is to go is why I was on the show earlier. And the question about that is, it is, pretty late in its recurrence. We know that it tends to have a big earthquake every 150 to 200 years in Southern California, and it's been a lot longer than that. So just based on our understanding of that recurrence interval, certainly that comment about the San Andreas being locked and loaded is a valid comment, and it reflects, it's something that, gets said every once in a while. So our understanding of that, our understanding of why that is, has improved. We have a lot more data backing that up, but knowing it's still like nothing has changed about the state of the fault. Just our understanding of what's happening is a little better. Predicting is really hard just because the Earth is a chaotic system. So right now I'm talking about just the San Andreas, but there are hundreds and hundreds of faults out there, and they all interact. They all release stress. So there are So faults accumulate stress, and friction is what keeps the faults from moving under that stress. So just like people, when faults get so stressed out to reach their breaking point, they react, and that's an earthquake. But that stress doesn't release into a vacuum. It goes on to other faults, and they all affect each other. So anytime one fault does something, it affects any number of gajillions of other faults. And it's just this complicated interacting system that just never does the same thing exactly the same way twice. So yeah, that's prediction is just an inherently chaotic system, and it's hard to track. And as
Well,
for
we were hoping to actually get the date and the time. So obviously, we're not. No, we're not getting what we want. Julian, we're going to end with that question, and we're email me. GizFiz. Alice will give you my email. We'll send you a copy. Do you read Mad Magazine at all? Do you know Mad?
I know it. I have read it. I haven't read any of it recently. Do they still print it? I don't know.
And that's my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for the evening, who, yes, we do. We do.
I know.
And there goes my career down the drain.
It was online.
That's okay. It is on the iPad. Ladies and gentlemen,
there was a hard
chat
copy.
room celebrity of the week. Thank you. Julian, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, chat room. Well, okay, all I can say is I'm glad I'm in New York City. Yes, and Julian, thank you for being a good sport. Okay, so we will go on to George Wood's question. Hang on, chat room.
Wait, there's some more footage now going on in the area.
Oh, okay. These are the guests. This is Earthquake, the old movie.
Right, we'll sweep that up later.
Censor around. All right, chat room. We're going to do Jeopardy from George Davis. You know, Jeopardy, where I read the question, I read the answers, and you write the question. Okay. Answer number 1. Cold pizza, popcorn, and fried chicken. And the question is, you write that. The answer is cold pizza, popcorn, and fried chicken. Sounds like a party. Are you sure this isn't Karnak? Oh, that's good. What is good for breakfast? Oh, what's best the next day? That's very good. What is movie night? What is the breakfast of champions? What is dinner? These are very good. 3 things Leo doesn't eat. Name 3 things Leo doesn't eat. That's a good question. Name 2 things and then a third. That's very good, Jamma B. You must be a big fan of Jeopardy. What are 3 things you stick in a microwave? Let's see. No one matched George Davis exactly. Name 3 things found under the couch. What is sis boom ba? I know the question to that. What did Elvis eat the night he died? All right. Alex, do you have a question? Cold pizza, popcorn, and fried chicken. What is it for dinner tonight? Okay, Kara. What are 3 foods that are salty? Okay, and new man Matt.
Still here. He hasn't left in the last 2 weeks.
What is the best combo for leftovers? Well, you almost can't. All right, here's George's question. What are America's favorite cold food snacks? So a lot of you were in that neighborhood, okay? Answer number 2. Oh, this is going to be good. The answer is 50 million gallons of milk and 50,000 tons of cookies. What is the question? Oh, good. 50 million gallons of milk and 50,000 tons of cookies. Oh, that's very funny. Meep has a very funny question. How much does Santa consume in a year? That is very funny. Oh, that's good. How many milk and cookies does a person eat in a lifetime? What is in Donald Trump's hair tonic? 50 million gallons of milk and 50,000 tons of cookies. Snack time for King Kong. Oh, that's good. What foods consumed on Christmas Day? All right, let's go to our in-house panel of experts. The answer is 50 million gallons of milk and 50,000 tons of cookies. And the question is, Alex?
I don't think we don't have anything.
Kara has nothing. New man Matt?
No.
No. That's the Brain Trust. The Petaluma Brain Trust has spoken.
We're still in shock about the disaster across town.
Oh, about okay. Let's see what George wrote. That was, I think, the best answer up there was, what does Santa eat at Christmas time? Oh, that's so funny. It is the answer. Here we go. 50,000 gallons, 50 million gallons of milk, 50,000 tons of cookies is the answer. The question is, what is the amount Santa would eat if he consumed all the milk and cookies kids left him at Christmas time? Wow, that was amazing. Question 3, bass and guitar. What is the question? The answer is bass and guitar. Okay. Bass and guitar. What are 2 of the 3 things you need for a rock band? What did George and Ringo play? George and Paul. What did Paul McCartney play in the Beatles? Worst buddy cop ever. What's half a 4-piece band? What is music? What is a lousy concert? This is good. What 2 instruments I can't play? John and Paul again. What are fracking instruments? All right, we're going to go to the Brain Trust. The answer is bass and guitar. And the question is, Alex, what is a lame band? Okay, what is a lame band? That's okay. Kara, what do you need to make a song rock? Okay. And Matt, what are the string instruments in a rock band? All right, let's go to the answer sheet from George Davis. Oh, no one would ever get this, I don't think. The answer is bass and guitar. The question is, I'm going to look up here in case someone typed it in the meantime. I don't think anybody got this. The question is, what are the 2 instruments associated with the Smothers Brothers? Okay, I don't think anybody said that. All right, answer 4. Oh, this should be easy. Answer 4, Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker. All right, panel, the question is Betty Crocker. Yeah, some of those are okay. Pete C. What is Betty Crocker's name? That's a toughie. Is it Ann Page? She's related to Dumb Dora. All right, we're going to go to the brain trust. The answer is Betty Crocker. Alex, who am I going home with tonight? Okay, that's good. Kara, who makes the cheapest cake? So that's good. And Matt, who's managed to stay on the staff one more week. Who is one of the best wives? Okay, let's go to the answer sheet. Betty Crocker. Oh, okay. The question is, who is the most famous non-person invented to represent the average housewife? Slow-mo, that's pretty good. You're pretty close. Who is the fictitious character General Mills created? We'll give you a match for that. Who ruined many dinners in the 60s? It was very close. Okay. Our last answer. Oh, this is going to be hard because it's a single word. The answer is calcium. Calcium is the answer. CALCIUM. Calcium. Oh, what is milk? That's good. Oh, that's good. What does a body good? What do they add to orange juice to make it taste like crap? What are your teeth made of? What makes your bone? Oh, these are very good. What makes your bones grow strong? What was the first version of the Go See Cal slogan? Calcium. Okay. Brain trust. The answer is calcium. Alex, the question is, what did I accidentally carol
What
in?
class did I accidentally enroll in when I meant to take calculus?
Okay, Kara. What are bones made of? All right, that's good. And Matt. What is CA? Oh, on the periodic table. I believe it is. Let's see what the question is. Wow. Someone's going to get this. What mineral can inhibit the absorption of antibiotics in sick people? Easy on the milk, ice cream, and yogurt. Calcium. Too smart for us. Hi, Myra. All right, George, thank you. That was fun. That was fun. Let's see where we are. Okay. We're going to do a few match game. The waitress said, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is all our food is inspected. The bad news is it's inspected by a blank. All right, I will do my answer here. The waitress said, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is all of our food is inspected. The bad news is all of our food is inspected by a blank. Let's see what we got here. A rat, a gazelle, a monkey, dirty fingers, a leper, a cockroach. Wow, got that multiple times. A vegetarian, a garbage man. Oh, my word. A lot of rats and roaches. All right, Alex. Good news and bad news. Good news, it's inspected. Bad news, our food is inspected by a Alex. Ta-da! Dog. I
It
jumped the
says
gun.
hog.
Let's see.
Kara says it looks like hog.
No,
Yeah.
dog. Go ahead, Kara. You said
Hobo.
hobo. Oh, you know what, Kara?
What?
It looks like hog because I started to write hobo.
Oh, no way.
H-O. See that? And then I thought, that's too vague. So I matched Alex.
So,
I
dog.
matched Alex and Kara and maybe Matt. Matt, what did you have?
So you made fun of all of us.
Oh,
Hobo. I matched everybody.
yeah.
Matched everybody. Rats and Roaches is the name of my new
Dog, specific
restaurant.
than hobo.
Lots of luck with that.
What?
Okay. All right. Stella said, I'm disappointed in my husband. All the years he was in service, he said he was at the front line. Turns out he was at the front of the line at the blank. Stella said, boy, am I disappointed in my husband. He told me he was always at the front of the line. I just found out the front of the line was the line for blank. The Five and Dime, Home Depot, motor vehicles, the hardware strip club is good. Mess hall is good. Hooters is excellent. Latrine, the bathroom, vasectomies. Okay, Alex, I'm disappointed in my husband. He told me he was always at the front of the line. Turns out he was at the front of the line for, Alex said.
Kara,
This is
you
all I
first.
could think of.
At the bar, front of the line for the bar. That's okay.
I
Alex?
was trying to think of like wife shop or something, but that's not a thing. I don't have an answer.
No, it's not really a thing. Okay, Matt.
I'm with Alex. There's no. It was so bad.
Okay, he was at the front of the line for unemployment.
That's a good answer.
Sperm bank. Strip club is good. Oh, unemployment. Danielle. Yay. All right. Ta-dum-bum. Let's do another one. John said, when I was younger, I played blank a lot. John said, when I was younger, I played blank a lot. When I match game, oh, that's funny. With myself, hide and seek, hooky, twister, bass and guitar, hide and seek. Oh, you know what? I thought my answer was going to be so easy to match. And it's not. Strip poker, truth or dare, I played dumb. All right. Alex, John said when I was younger, I played blank a lot.
1 second, almost. Okay.
I played Hungry, Hungry Hippos,
Remember that? No? No one remembers that?
I remember that. That was fun.
LP Records.
Yeah, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer Records, because John Jammer beat,
Oh, okay, okay.
Hungry, hungry hippos.
Dodgeball. Oh, no, I don't think I matched anybody either. I played around a lot.
Someone says alone in my
Oh, alone in my room. All right, all right. We'll do one more. Ed got fired for blanking with a mannequin in the store window. Ed got fired for blanking with a mannequin in the store window. Let's see what we got. Kissing, making out, gazelling, shaving, hugging, changing genders, forking and spooning, trading clothes is funny, twerking, playing poker, playing match. Here we go, playing bass and guitar. That's going to be our new key words here. Okay, Alex. Ed got fired for blanking with a mannequin in the store window. Dancing. Okay, that's good. Kara. High-fiving. Okay, and Matt. Kissing. Okay, I said necking. There was many neckings, and I can't. There we go. Many neckings. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a couple of logo. Oh, you know what? Did you get my?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a little Mad tour. I think I told you. Oh, might be 6 months now that Mad moved. So we're gonna look at old Mad and new Mad.
Total Mad's Writer and the GizFiz One Take Theater. And if you've never been to 1700 Broadway, the home of Mad Magazine, you never will be, because we're moving. This desk, this is the desk of the Daily Planet. This room, this was the waiting room where Superman hung out with his 3 phone booths. And this is where Mad is, okay? We got beautiful decorations on the walls. Actually, this stuff looks pretty good itself, all right? And now we're gonna walk over to the Mad part of the office.
Yeah, so Mad is part of DC Comics. And
you can tell it was the Mad office, right? I think when the people at IBM moved, I don't think they found a lot of dancing dolls. And more stuff. Hey, Ryan. And this is Mad. All our artwork is gone. And this is the showcases with everything that Mad.
And that's our own MoMA, Museum of Monkey Art.
Everything that Mad ever produced is in these 2 showcases. And I'll be packing it up and stealing it today.
And I was feeling very ill, but it was a Friday,
Wow.
and everything was going to be moved over the weekend. So whatever you didn't take from your desk would be packed up.
Under the circumstances.
Wow. All right.
That's boxes in the corner, same deal. Yeah.
We have a
So
full-size
you can see
spy.
we're very serious about leaving this place. And my place as neat as ever. So if you've never been in my office, you have been now. And Dennis and I are here to pack up my office. That's it. We'll show you the new place when it's ready. Bye. All right, so I'm doing this a little bit backwards, showing you the lobby first. It's a beautiful building, isn't it? This is 1325 6th Avenue. Okay, so we're walking into the main part of the office. Ta-da, ba-dum, ba-dum. Green
Who knows what
light.
1325
Okay.
6th Avenue is famous
And
for?
push. What, did it lock already?
Unbelievable. You got to be fast. Okay. And we'll go into
Oh, this is so funny. Someone asked
our
about a
conference room
pinball machine.
and turn on some lights. Whoa. All right, so this is the Mad conference room, the Mad Mobile. This was in one of the very first Mad specials.
No, not Ed
And
Sullivan.
These are covers of Mad.
1325 6th Avenue.
This is the from Mad Magazine presents Up the Academy, a dreadful movie. So someone pasted over the P. Mad Magazine resents Up the Academy. Hey,
We have to
Alfred.
put that tape back on. It
And,
fell off during the
I don't know
move.
what we're sending out here. But we're sending out a lot of stuff. Oh, ta-da! 3 superheroes. Hulk.
It's between 6th and 7th Avenues.
Forgot what. Oh, it's hard to see with too much reflection in here. Da-da, ba-da. That's our superhero right there, our buddy Alfred. That's our Star Wars slot machine. There was going to be an
machine,
Alfred E.
actually.
Newman slot machine.
Pinball.
That never happened, but I think they told the company, you know, if we're going to design an Alfred E. Newman slot machine, pinball machine, we need to have one here so we know how they work. So we got that.
No, 1325 6th Avenue
okay.
is where Elaine on Seinfeld works. Yes,
Oh, I think
someone
this is
just
a
got it.
current
Jay
premium.
Peterman.
Like a reproduction of a very early Mad. Mad with his umbrella, Alfred with his umbrella. All right, so we're going to look around. We'll go up to my office.
Yeah, Mad is part of
This
DC
is
Comics,
my office.
and then DC
This
Comics
is
part of one of
the
them.
wedding present here from Sam Viviano, Mad's art director, when Dennis and I got married. And actually, Mad had a big party for us, which is wonderful, a big surprise party. All right, so now these are our offices at 1325 6th Avenue. That is White Spy headquarters. These are pictures of celebrities holding Mad and pictures of readers holding the Mad with a celebrity in the picture. Boy, we have a lot of them.
You get a 1-year
we haven't
subscription
been
if you're holding
in
it
these offices
next to a
for too
celebrity.
long.
3 years if you get the celebrity to hold
There's
it.
with a black spy. They're always hiding behind the glass in their doors. And we haven't finished moving in. We've only been here 6 months. So not everything is up on the walls yet. This is Washington cross-dressing the Delaware. The Scream. Norman Rockwell, gay marriage. That gets your attention for a second, doesn't it? I know. Little artist trick there.
Yes, that's very
And
funny, Logan.
There's more of the offices. This is not only, for some bizarre reason, only the offices on the left are Mad. The rest of them are, let's see, I think it's TMZ is down there. Okay. You can tell that's us. That's our spring issue. These are the showcases with everything that ever had a Mad name on it. This is our 500th issue cover, and that's Alfred made up of all 500 issues. It's really quite impressive as we get closer, 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 closer. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And then as you back up the issues, make up Alfred.
There's a guy who does
look who's
that
out of
as
his
a
office.
living.
Okay. And let's see, what's down here? This is not Mad offices, so I don't know what's there. We will find out. More stuff that has to go up on the walls.
That's very funny, Kunky.
The actual issues are not this big. All right. Our eternal Christmas tree. It's up year-round. We're supposed to take it down at Christmas, but it's like too much trouble, so it just stays up all the time. Again, these are pictures that should be hung up, but
That was a
not.
poster in Mad, The Unnatural.
All right. Okay. So that side of the office is Extra, you know, the TV show Extra. And then the other side is TMZ with Mad in the middle. Familiar face. And then visiting artists. You know, Mad is like 99% freelance. So when artists and writers visit, there's a sign-in board. All right, so that's just a little look at Mad at 1325 6th Avenue. I walk down here because Mad is part of DC Comics, which is part of... That's all, folks.
So there you have our new, we're TMZ's down an Extra. But they're both, I think they're both produced in California. So TMZ has offices there, I believe, just when they have people that are in New York and they need to do just shoot some footage and stuff. There's a little studio down that hall that I didn't walk down. There's a small studio down there where they film stuff for those two shows. It's fun to see where the disaster takes place. Who makes carpeting 3 feet wide and 40 feet long? Does TMZ staffers ask you how to be taken serious as Mad? You know, I'm not there enough. I don't like to set up there because in the first part where you saw where you turned and the white spy was in the middle of the floor. We had offices on both sides of the hall. So Mad really had their own little hallway that we could, be loud and yell back and forth. And now it's kind of awkward because we only have the left side of that hallway and the right side is TMZ. And so you can't go yelling across the hall. I guess you could, but they would be pissed, I think. When you go into Mad, does everybody treat you? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do the folks at TMZ ask you to lend them your brains? Oh, that's very funny. Yes, and people who win the what the heck is it? The reason the address is crossed out is we don't have new stationery yet. And my fear is that they're going to not print. I love the Mad labels. They have a big Alfred on them. And my fear is that they are going to just use Time Warner stationery like everybody else. And why should we bother making separate Mad stationery? So you'll see there are a lot of boxes of crap. Not everybody's finished unpacking yet. Oh, Charlie, yeah. Oh, my God, it's 9 o'clock. Dennis, you want to bring Charlie down? This show went very fast, so I have to thank Julian And George Davis. Oh, a couple questions while we're what's news dish? I know. This is the progression. Time Warner, and Time Warner is not Time Warner Cable. It's Time Warner, Time Warner like Time Magazine. Time Warner owns DC Comics, and Mad is part of DC Comics. But we're like in a separate division from DC Comics. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Charlie. Charlie, get that dog. The theme's playing already, Charlie. The newly. Charlie, I wish you could hear your song, but Charlie, oh boy, Charlie dog. Charlie, you have so many fans. Charlie has so many fans. Okay, Charlie. Yeah. Wow, look it. And look it, we almost caught a picture of Dennis. Oh my God, look it. Now there's a shy man. Yeah. Maybe Charlie. I should have had Charlie down for the earthquake thing. So Charlie could have learned a thing or two. The most famous dog in New York. Run, Dennis. My day is now complete. Thank you. Yes. So Thursday, a normal time for Giz Wiz. Isn't that funny? I started saying Chad before. Totally got my shows mixed up. Dennis has no reason to be shy. Dennis, it's so funny that we're married. He's not on social media at all. I doubt it. He's never been on my webpage. Doesn't follow me on Twitter. Doesn't follow anybody on Twitter. But that's fine. Well, we have a lot of very, very different likes. Yeah, it's very hard to take. Dennis hates to be in pictures too. But fortunately, he does all my videos for me. The office is not pet friendly. At least I've never seen anybody up there with a dog or a cat. The only good thing is that, like, Lin-Manuel Miranda said he wants to come up and visit, so that would be really neat, wouldn't it? He's the guy who wrote Hamilton. And Neil Patrick Harris, he was up. So we do get some celebrities up there. Matt has been sued a few times, never successfully. The only time Bill paid somebody some money was we had done the visual 10 Commandments. I forgot what it was. And it was, thou shalt not steal. And it was like a picture of an IRS tax return. And it was, thou shalt not commit adultery. And it was a picture of a motel, but it was like a real motel. And the guy called up and said, you are intimating my motel is a place for adultery. And Bill said, we're terribly, terribly sorry. But did it ever dawn? Oh, that's right. Bill never did pay. Did it ever dawn on you? Back then we were printing more than 1 million issues. That now more than 1 million people will know what your hotel looks like, and that it'll be famous, and people will go by and say, that's the motel or the hotel that was in Mad. And the guy said, oh, okay. Thank you. So, no, Trump would never sue. I mean, the thing is, suing Mad, why would you do it? Because you will look terrible. So I don't know. I told you, Irving Berlin sued Mad for a stupid reason that we were parodying his songs, but we didn't publish the music. So that that lawsuit didn't go anywhere. Yeah, suing Mad is political suicide. It's like suing nuns. I guess you're right. All right, so chat room. I guess we're going to end this episode of Giz Fiz PM. Whoa! We got it absolutely right. Giz Fiz PM is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman, Dick DeBartolo, Dennis Wonderland, Myra Joyce, Beef Team, Stooge, Charlie the Dog, Kara Cole, Matt the New Guy, Alex Gumpel, Jammer B, Wise Guy, Sandman, Giz Fan, Toad Sloth, Shy Town Deke, Subaru Production. Remember, everybody who watches gets turtle wax for dogs. It's not just for turtles anymore. Bye.
Thanks, Dick. See you next week.
Thank you. Okay, take care. Bye. Bye, Petaluma Brain Trust. Okay.
And I forgot to get reruns ready. Yay.
Oh boy.
Have that ready in a jiffy.